Alright, whoa, what's good, man? I want to welcome y'all to a potential new series, something new that we doing on the channel, and it goes like this. Now, y'all know a lot of times I introduce a new series, and 2-3 episodes in, the series just seem to fade away. The reason that happens is because we put a lot into episode 1, we drop 2, and then next thing you know, people kind of tail off the series. And that's cool. That's not on the viewer. That's on me. I mean, it wasn't digging. So I threw this out on Twitter last night, and we're going to start it right now. And I'm a little nervous because I like this series, but it is what it is. This is the intro to a potential new RTG. If this video hits 1,000 likes, then I know y'all dig it. If y'all digging it, that means we full steam ahead. I'm throwing out episode 2 tomorrow. If we don't hit 1,000 likes, I'm going to delete this episode and never speak of it again. It's almost like y'all used to listen to the radio, like pump it or dump it. That's what this is. Tight end position is what won over on Twitter a while back. So this will be a tight end RTG. He's starting off as a receiver, but the story will show you what happens. So just be patient with that part of it, assuming the series sticks around. I got a lot planned. This one could be dope. We're going to see what happens though. 1,000 likes, that's what we need. Enjoy. I came up hard, man. No mom, no dad, just me and my brother. I know I ain't magically appearing, but I ain't got no memories of my parents. When I was young, my brother used to tell me our dad was in the NFL. It was a lie, but it helped me sleep at night. And when you're sleeping in cold, dark alleys, hell, you need all the help you can get. My brother Tay was the realest cat I ever knew. He'd do whatever he had to get us food and clothes to wear. He started out doing petty crimes and eventually worked up to bigger paydays, taking bigger risks. Fighting was a way of life for me and Tay. Seemed like every day somebody was trying to take some of ours, or sometimes we was doing the taking. When I was 16, me and Tay started out doing petty crimes for an OG named Mr. Mason. He had a huge operation and we was just pawns, but it was a come up for us. We wasn't sleeping on the streets no more. We was doing well too, making a name for ourselves. We had size, intimidation, the street smarts, and best of all, that desperation. Cause we wasn't never trying to go back to where we came from. But a few months in, for whatever dumb reason, Tay went on the job without me, and it went bad. He got ambushed, and now, the only family I had is gone. Mr. Mason heard about what happened and gave me some bread to help me get by. He told me to come see him when I was ready. So a few weeks later, I did just that. I walked in his office and security rolled up on me. My nerve was bad, so I tussled and slammed his ass on the ground. He went for his gun, but Mr. Mason walked in. I don't know how much of it he saw, but apparently he saw enough. He offered me to do his job and fired him right on the spot. Dude had to be like 6'2", 250, but I'm 6'4", 225. I never lifted a weight a day in my life, but my brother always told me I was just cock strong naturally. So I took the security job. I had a nice ride, crib, and chicks around 24/7. But the job was stressful. Every day I woke up knowing I was about to get into some shit. And I kept seeing people around me get killed or put in jail. I could feel that my day was coming, but this was all I knew, and I wasn't going back to live on the streets, especially not without Tay. I had to make him proud. One day I was with Mr. Mason on a routine run, and the cops popped up. It was deep, man, buku cop cars and trucks, and before we knew it, we was all in cuffs. When we got to the station, the cops questioned me for hours. They threatened to give me a long sentence, but I ain't break. I was proud too, couldn't wait to trade story with Mr. Mason and the crew about loyalty. And how these dumb cops ain't had no idea what that means. But I never saw Mr. Mason again. Apparently, he and the rest of the crew had agreed to pin everything on me because I was the newest member of the crew. The cops had been investigating him for years, and they knew I had just came on the scene. But because I failed to cooperate, I ended up taking the charge. They couldn't get me on everything, but I still ended up taking 5 years with a possibility to have my sentence reduced. Mr. Mason and the rest of the crew knew they had been being followed, and they set a plan in place to make me the scapegoat. He probably snitched on whoever else he had to in order to get out of there. I got sent away, and just like that, my life was over. It had been a month, and I was going crazy in jail. I had a lot of time to think about my life and how I had never really done anything that mattered. How could I? I was still operating on the most primal instinct, survive. One day I heard the inmates talking about tryouts. I'm like, the hell you trying out for? He was like, oh, the football team, son. Your big ass need to be out there too, so we can win this year. I'm like, football? What you mean? Apparently we had a football team playing the prison league and had one cat actually went pro in Canada after he left. so it seemed legit. I remember Tay used to tell me our dad played pro ball. I knew that was some BS, but I decided to go out for the team anyway. I just wanted to hit some people, to be honest, but they ended up putting me a wide receiver. Apparently I had some talent. Who the hell knew? After a week of practice, I was clearly head over heels better than everybody. Nobody we had could stop me from catching the ball. Coach said we can win the championship because of me. All I knew was, if you get me out of the cell for a few hours, then I'm down. My name is Cassius Cole, and this is my story.